All right.
Ooh, what's next?
I got.
I didn't even write anything down.
I know you suck because this is my topic.
Are we
I got
doing-
a thing about claustrophobia.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Did you? I was gonna say, did you just see what he did?
You know what? I
Fucker
apologize.
winced at me.
I did that today, and I shouldn't have done it. I got a dirty look from one of my coworkers because a student was going through a rough time from one of the things that we had to teach, and I kind of just
no sympathy.
No, I shrugged it off, and I said security isn't for everybody, and I kind of just like nodded it off, and I could see the expression on her face, like, you know, it's kind of fucked up. And she packed her stuff out of the conference room we were and walked to go check on the student because there was already a counselor with them. Because one of the people that we had to use, not to say, like I said, it's not that I don't have emotions. I've desensitized myself to it.
Well, and this is your day-to-day routine.
Yeah, one of the things was I think it was the program was called Stay Safe, and it's the concept of like human trafficking and prostitution, and you know,
see something, say something,
say something, and it's a 2-hour course of breaking down how to profile. You know, can men be sexually assaulted by men?
Oh yeah.
Can women be sexually assaulted by women? And it profiles that, and one of the students was going through that of like, oh, you know, I've experienced that, so she couldn't physically be there.
Essay,
and I understood it, so you know we let her walk out, but she milked what a 2-hour session would have been because there's multiple slides that we're teaching and there's multiple guests. Like before that was Canine. Canine came in with their dogs and they showed how they can sense bombs and stuff like that. Cool little side note. Sorry, I'm not trying to pull away from your thing.
Okay,
squirrel moments.
Nut.
There was 2 dogs that they had, right? And I've never actually seen Canine do this thing. So they put a specific scent in an area to see if the dogs can smell it.
Yeah.
And they do it in the little cubicle area, and they're like, okay, let the dogs go around. One dog want to find, you know, the guy's like, oh, sniff over here, and the dog goes up and tries to move around, sniff in that area, pause it to mark it, and then walks away. And he's like, the dog knows where this is, but I'm pulling his nose away to try and make him find something else. But he knew to go to where this copy machine was and started trying to dig underneath it.
Yes.
So when he started going to it, he was digging that spot, and they said, okay, this is Lucky. This is how Lucky looks for things.
Yes.
Lucky is this kind of dog. He's like, we're going to show you the difference between Lucky and Roger. So Roger comes, and it's cool because Roger's doing the same thing. He's sniffing around, he's looking, because you thinking all dogs are relatively universal. Mm-hmm. So as the dog's sniffing around, he gets to where the same spot is, and he's tapping on the counters and going on different areas, and he gets to that spot. He pauses, points his nose, and picks up his paw. And just stays there.
Yes.
He said Roger is part of the Doberman thing, which they're pointers.
Yes.
So when they find things, they point.
Just point.
And everybody was like, holy, that was crazy. That 2 dogs, same build, same style, but because they're 2 different styles, I've just never seen a dog point to show something.
Yes, because Doberman,
like how bloodhounds know how to bark a certain way when they're hunting things.
Dogs are bred for hunting.
Yeah.
Doberman pinchers and I forget, I think not Rottweilers, but it's another breed. They're made for hunting, so they need them to be quiet because they're hunting quail, foxes, rabbits, like that. So they want the animal they want the dog to find the animal
now my thing is,
without spooking.
That's a genetic. That's not something you're training a dog. The dog just naturally it's in their genes to be able to do that. So
and that's what I mean. But they bred that specific gene through
so it's a bred.
the
It's not a purebred.
Right.
Okay.
It's a thing that's been bred. It's like we want that specific quality.
Yeah.
Kind of like a blue-nosed pit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I see, and that's because I'm a nerd. I grew up watching the Animal Planet and Discovery Channel, so I watched Dog Whisperer with Caesar.
Oh, yeah. God, dude. So I used to think that was a joke.
I learned about all
because he got his
stuff.
Ass bit so many fucking times.
Not to mention, I grew up with dogs, German Shepherds, big dogs.
Yep.
Getting back to my topic.
Go right ahead.
Asshole.
You tell me how you're scared of dark places or
Shut up.
some
so for those
some
of
weak
you
stuff like
who
that.
are not an inhuman, unfilling asshole.
I know. I'm sorry.
I in previous episodes talked about one of my fears is claustrophobia.
Because you better treat me nice, or I'm going to put you in the closet.
I'm so sorry. Nobody puts baby.
Nobody puts baby in the closet. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
But
you put him in the closet, and there's something wrong.
Technically, if you're in a closet, wouldn't you be in a corner? I mean, R. Kelly's going to be in a closet for 30 years.
Yeah, but not in a corner.
Prison corner.
What?
He might be in a corner with.
You know what? And what? I don't understand what
you didn't hear? He's going to jail for like 30, 40 years.
He's already in jail.
Well,
he's in prison.
They sentenced him. Like, he's officially doing time now.
How long ago was that? And why is it a thing now?
Because he's been pretty much holding everything up in court,
trying to withhold and trying to
and the court's been trying to get as much evidence as possible. So now they actually convicted him. He's going to prison.
It's all a fucking scam. Not to say that R. Kelly wasn't a piece of shit for doing what he did. I'm saying it's a scam for how long, because it's not the fact that they couldn't convince him there. It's money. Everybody needs to collect their checks. Everybody needs to make a little extra, so they want to extend out a court case that did not need to be extended out.
Yeah.
That was millions of dollars, I'm sure.
He was trying to stay out of jail. He was hoping they would just drop. Well, and I don't know what details. I'm just saying that's what I heard.
But let's go on about your underphobia,
he's still
exophobia,
he's still doing it.
Wienerphobia.
He's still doing it. insincere asshole.
Was it Phasmophobia?
Oh, that the game they play?
Yeah, with Mark and all of them, yeah.
Well, this is claustrophobia, so you have an issue with tight spaces, and or in certain situations you can feel as though the walls are closing in around you.
My mother's claustrophobic.
And
I know
so
that's a thing too.
I was curious. I've been watching things about thalassophobia, which is one of the phobias I said I had, which is a fear of deep, dark bodies of water.
What is it called?
Thalassophobia.
Thalassophobia. Interesting.
And so when I'm afraid of something, I want to experience it still, just maybe not in person, not real time. So yes, while I'm claustrophobic, I want to watch people either deal with their claustrophobia or people who aren't claustrophobic get into claustrophobic situations. So a perfect example of that, I was watching a movie called Crawl or Die. Great movie. I think it was on Netflix at one point. It's ultimately about this girl. She's trying to save another girl, and they are forced to crawl through ever-tightening tunnels as they go, and it just gets really tight at one point.
People do that shit. There's that
for fun.
There's that movie As Above, So Below.
Yeah.
You ever seen that? Where it's like this weird horror movie where they go into a certain part. It's like Dublin or some shit like that, where they go into a thing and it said it's a path, like a hiking path, and it goes into a tunnel, and on the tunnel above it says like someone spray painted it saying this is hell.
Yeah, the hellhole.
Yeah, and they go into it and it starts to literally crunch into that.
Yes.
Where it's like you're crawling and your chest is pinned up against the wall.
That's the stuff I've been watching. They're I almost call them cave divers. They're not. They're cave explorers.
Cave explorers, yeah.
And this shit's been going on since the 30s and 40s, which blew my mind. I thought that was a fairly recent phenomenon.
No. It's been on.
It's been going on forever. But it was one of the things of now that technology has advanced the way it has, we can actually see them going through the caves as opposed to looking at pictures and listening to stories. So one of the channels I started watching, it's this guy and his son, and they'll either try and chart new caves or they'll just go through a cave that like they go through lava tubes. So where lava comes down,
where it's already been formed and shit.
Yeah, so they'll go into lava tubes that no other human has entered before, and they'll go and like chart this thing, but they're crawling inches. They're moving inches, millimeters at a time. In some cases, they're just, it's like all you can do is just breathe and be patient and just slowly trudge through this long, tight tube. And so it really messed with my head at first, but then it's like after you get past the fear, I understand the excitement. Because it's like you and me, we're adrenaline junkies.
Yeah.
We like to do shit that gets the blood pumping because it makes you feel alive.
Yes.
So at first I was like, these people are stupid, they're goofy, they have a death wish, they're suicidal, all this stuff. That wasn't the case, especially with a lot of these, cave explorers and people. That's their adrenaline rush. That's that thing that they like. That's what gives them that energy to wake up in the morning. So who am I to judge? However, watching that shit,
it fucks with you. Yeah, if you're dealing with a phobia and stuff like that.
Butt cheeks puckered, balls are fully retracted. I am not comfortable.
There was a video, and it was these two guys talking about the equivalent of. They were explaining. He said he was talking to a guy. He said, "Yeah, man, I was going through this thing, and my body, I was doing this." And he's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "You're puckering. When your cheeks pucker, and they do this thing." I'm like, "That's fucking weird."
Yeah, prairie dogging it.
Yeah, you're prairie dogging it. No, but I mean, I get it. I don't, not unfortunately, I guess, more or less, I don't have any phobias. I
think you just haven't explored yourself enough.
No,
everybody's afraid of something. That's human instinct.
I'm not. I can't think of anything because there's things.
That's fair.
If you ask me, like, have I done something, shoot in the dark, and I feel like I've either already done it or I've thought about doing it.
For a lot of stuff you've done.
Exactly. Like, I've gone cliff jumping. I've done race car driving. I've done. I've wanted to do skydiving. That's something I want to do.
We've gone drifting.
I've gone. What is that? I've gone cave exploring.
Yeah. Not quite to that extent.
No.
A
long time ago, I can't remember where it was. It's a mountain, not like Lone Mountain, but you live.
Is that where you say you ran into the bobcats or whatever?
Yeah. Where we started in a cave. You can tell there's a bonfire there. You have to. If a mountain was like this, there was a little mountain inside of it. It was a mountain inside of a mountain, and it was all broken up rock. And as you get up to the peak of the inside of it, you're inside a mountain, inside a cave, and it pushed you to a point where your chest is on a bunch of little rocks. And you had to crawl over to go back down. We got all the way down, and it pushed us on the backside of the mountain, and that's where we saw a set of eyes. Where it was like coyotes. There was a mom coyote with a bunch of baby ones.
That's a hardcore.
And they were walking towards us because of that. So I've done stuff like that. I've done hot air balloons.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way I could do that.
There was a hot air balloon festival a long time ago. I went to that.
No. And don't get it twisted. I'm not
I've done surfing, I've done snowboarding.
I'm not happy about my phobias. I think they keep me alive more than anything.
Well, no, more or less. It's not that you're doing a phobia that's going to kill you on the drop of a hat. It's the equivalent of you're not going in, like, if someone just dropped you in a situation and they told you to survive, that phobia is going to kill you. You're going in prepared to deal with something that you're not the only person to ever do it.
Right.
I would never try something brand new that nobody's done.
Right.
If I've heard, millions of people have done skydiving, you could do it too. I'm like, well, why would I be the one person that died? I'm a 1%. It's such a small fraction.
It is.
So
and
that's
like
what stops
things like that.
That's what makes it to where I do not have phobias, because I think if it's going to happen to me, it's such a minute amount that it's not going to happen. And if it does happen, it's because it's supposed to happen.
Yes.
So if I die, it's like, okay, well, I was supposed to.
Well, and that's the thing with a phobia. It's irrational fear.
It is. It's irrational.
It's where your mind disengages. Because you know me, I'm logical as fuck.
Yes.
I will logic my way out of a paper bag.
Logic can be a pro and con, though, because it does. You start to overthink, and I know people that are like that, where they're too smart for their own good.
Yes.
So they overthink a situation to where the situation isn't going to happen.
Right.
We're like, oh, I'm going to get in my car and fuck. What if I'm in traffic and my stomach hurts and I got to use the bathroom?
Right. It's like you short circuit before you even start.
Before it happens. Let it run its course and then break it down as it's happening.
Right.
Because it's not going to change anything. Now you're just not doing it.
Right.
Which is like, okay, if you don't put yourself in the situation, nothing happens.
Right.
I can't, and this is just me, I need a consistency of, like you said, thrill seeking.
Yeah.
I need something to look forward to. I need to be able to know that at the end of the tunnel there is an amusement park. There's something. Because if you're just putting me on this basic bullshit of just a 9 to 5 where I'm doing nothing new, I go fucking crazy.
Right. And
because then what is the point in living?
That's why I think I was so wild when we were younger.
Yeah.
You know, it was like I led a very sheltered life, and after a while I was just like, fuck it.
And it becomes a thing where people have a midlife crisis where they're like, I spent so much time grinding that now in my 40s and 50s I want to go fucking buy a Ferrari and drive off a cliff because it's fun.
I don't want to do that, but I would like to do some adventurous
It needs to be in moderation.
Yes.
As long as you can control what you're doing. Like, I'm not saying I'm not going to go cliff diving every fucking month.
Did you hear that buttery smooth transition in his voice right there?
What happened?
He's like, you gotta control.
You gotta control.
Yeah. You went all Pappy's painting on me.
Pappy's painting. I want to put that out there because there's a lot of people, and I don't expect everybody to be relative to how I am. Being cautious is a good thing. Being financially stable, being sure that you have a plan is a good thing. Making sure that things are structured, that you can execute it without having any backdraft. Like, I know that when I come home, there's food in my fridge because I was smart enough to go buy groceries.
Right.
So I'm not starving and fast fooding and stuff like that. There needs to be discipline. My thing is break that discipline into a 3-week program and then have 1 week where you're just doing what you want to do and enjoy. It's equivalent of having a structured bodybuilding thing and then having a cheat meal.
Yes.
You don't look forward to training and eating rice, chicken, and broccoli.
Right.
You look forward to, In-N-Out is on Friday.
Right.
So let me survive Monday through Thursday.
Right.
So use that. My thing out to people is use that time, use that week to grind, and then look forward to a random day. Don't wait to
just change topics.
No,
I was talking about claustrophobia.
Yeah, and I'm saying
you're talking about grinding.
I'm saying that your claustrophobia can be a blessing and a curse.
How?
Don't let it cripple you to enjoy new things.
It doesn't.
It does.
It does.
Would you go if I asked you right now?
Did we go hiking?
But we did not go cave.
Oh
exploring.
no, I wouldn't.
See?
And that's for a specific reason.
Explain.
I will explain.
Yes.
Because I'm not 120 pounds.
What does that have to do with it?
Caves are extremely tight.
Yeah, okay.
I'm 300 pounds.
Yeah. So I'll get you in a cave that can fit a 300-pound man.
Then find it. I'll go into it.
But you will still have to
Did I not jump off the cliff when we went cliff diving?
Yeah, and you know what you did? You almost drowned.
Yeah, but did I do it?
But did you die?
Did I do it?
Did you die?
Did I stop?
After you hit me?
I didn't stop. We
No.
still kept exploring. I still went swimming after that.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, that day, we all puked up water.
Because
for
you
like
almost
an hour.
drowned. It almost killed me with you. But because of that, you had an story from that.
Yes.
So,
Right.
going into an area where you're claustrophobic, all this bullshit.
Yes.
You're going to come across something that is going to be so life-changing. Because that was a life-changing experience.
Oh, yeah.
It changed your whole persona.
Yes.
You need to be able to experience those. What happens, which is what you do, which is a perfectly healthy response. The minute you try to put someone against their claustrophobia of why you should try this, they start giving you reasons why they won't.
Yes.
Rather than saying, okay, well, what's the worst that's going to happen?
And that's what I was talking about with me trying to explore my phobias.
Mm-hmm.
It's more or less understanding why I have it and then trying to figure out a way to either circumvent it or it's like, let's face it head on. So that's what I mean.
Exposure,
I will watch
yes.
it. If like it's easy for me to, well, not easy, but it's easier for me to watch it And it's like, I'll go through all the emotions, but I'm in the safety of my house.
You're in the safety of your house. So go to the phase 2. Once you get past that emotional spot of not being able to do it, go into phase 2. I'm a big advocate, and I feel like I like to be this form of a vessel. I like to be around people that experience things for the first time.
Yes.
Going to a concert for the first time, doing a PR at the gym for the first time, eating a food for the first time. I like to share that with people because I like to see that enjoyment of, fuck, this is crazy. Why did I pass this? Like just you were telling me before. I explained to you the peanut butter bar, the perfect bar. Fucking phenomenal. And then you tell me what you said.
I told my girl about it. We went to the store. I suggested it. She loves it. Yeah. She loves it. I hate peanut butter.
I love peanut butter.
He loves peanut butter. This cat will just eat peanut butter by itself.
It's just it's things that it's a cool, and it feels good to where I feel like with my experience of doing so many fucking things that, and there's more that I want to do, 100 million things I want to do, and I'm gonna do it in my time frame before I die or before I get to the point where I just can't physically do it.
Yeah.
I want people to experience these new things because what the fuck is the point in doing it by yourself if there's no one to experience it with?
Right, and that's what I mean. Like when it comes to trying to face my fears, I will usually do it with somebody else.
Yes,
because sometimes I freak out and I need that.
This guy.
Yeah,
I'll go with
I need that rational mind that's just like, hey, you're good, we're good, keep pushing. So certain things like that, like we talked about going skydiving, that's going to have to be a thing for me. I have acrophobia.
I'm doing it.
Deathly afraid of heights. Hate not having control. But that is probably the biggest adrenaline rush you can get on this planet.
I will do it. I was talking to my dad and my brother about it. And there's one here in Vegas. Yes. We will do a small one.
Yes.
We will do a small one.
I hope, because didn't you say they charge more for your weight?
Noah was saying, well, this is when Noah did it, because my brother did skydiving in Hawaii.
A few months ago? Last year?
A month ago.
Yeah,
a month ago. He went with a bunch of friends and he said he did it, and they charge per pound a certain amount, depending. Anything over 200 pounds. So you would have to deduct your weight down just a little bit. Yeah. Because if not, you're paying an arm and a leg.
Right. See,
but that is Hawaii, mind you. They have to go higher because of the islands. If we're doing
I'm sure
it
out here, they're not going to take you if you're 600 pounds.
Well, no.
I'm
realistically,
3,
no.
so I mean, I imagine it's going to be pushing it.
But I feel like you could drop down 20 pounds.
I've started exercising. I definitely want to drop
And you have this, I was talking to someone about this, you have this annoying genetic gift to where most of us have to actually diet and cut our calories and do cardio and do stuff. This guy, he could do one push-up, boom, 5 pounds done. He could take the cream out of his coffee, boom, 5 pounds done. He could go walk up a hill, boom, 20 pounds. He takes a shit, boom, 20 pounds. And all of a sudden, he's like, oh, hey, Lynn, by the way, I'm 250, pulls up his shirt shredded. It's just, the genetics you have is a blessing that a lot of us want, and you can turn the switch on and off to be lean and be thick in between.
Yes.
Opposed to almost like we're stuck being thick. I'm a thick boy because my body wants to be thick.
Yeah, because it's like I was telling Lynn, I went on we went hiking, obviously, for Father's Day.
You went on an adventure.
That really lit the fire under my ass to get back into exercise. Maybe not the gym per se, but exercise. So I went on a 3-mile walk yesterday, included calisthenics, and it's like I was telling him, the body almost never forgets.
It's muscle memory.
My muscles remember, but they're just not strong enough to actually do it.
The conditioning.
So I'm really wanting to get back into that, but that's a different story for another day. I'm going to save that for our sessions. Look forward to that. Okay, so that's all I got. No, that's not all I got. If you have a fear, find a way to face it, overcome it, be a badass.
Face your fear.
All right?
Open
that's
your
all I
mind.
got. You got anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right, on to the next
one. Bye.